All right. It's still morning, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this wellness education series with our wellness panel here. My name is Josh Arguelles. I work in human resources with work life and wellness. And before we really jump into things, I just want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the WellCats program, your wellness program at the university. So a lot of you have already heard of it, but in case you have not, WellCats is our free wellness program for staff and faculty at the university. You can register for this program at any time. It's a very simple process. It's all online. When you finish your registration, you will get a confirmation email, and that will put you into the system, and you'll be able to sign up for attendance when you go to the group exercise classes. And you will sign up for cooking classes, the proactive nutrition classes that we have that are live via Zoom. The group exercise classes, we're all virtual right now. So whenever you want to check out those classes, you can. When you sign up, that confirmation email will have the password for the Zoom sessions. You'll also be able to gain access to our Facebook page, the Virtual Studio, where we have live Facebook Live classes as well. Okay, and you can always find our backlog of exercise class videos on YouTube, the Total Wellness San Marcos YouTube page. Okay, we also have one-on-one services, our nutrition consultations, health behavior change coaching. You'll probably hear a little bit about those today. And then, yeah, and if you have any questions about that, I'd be more than happy to answer them later. You can shoot me an email, worklife@txstate.edu. I always monitor that mailbox, and I'd be more than happy to answer those questions. Now, today's format is going to be a little different. We have, I think it's 6 presenters today, and they're going to talk about their own area of expertise individually. So if you could hold the questions till after, or go ahead and type the questions in the chat and send them as they come to you. We're going to have that Q&A after the fact, after everybody's done, so they can answer those a little bit more. And I will go ahead and keep track of those questions for you. All right. And I think, is it you, Rose? Are you, am I handing this off to you? Or is it Janet? Janet. Yes. To Janet. Got a big head nod from Rose.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Josh. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you guys, kind of. I can kind of see you. If you can turn your camera on, that'd be awesome. Just want to say hello to start. I'm Janet Besner. I'm one of the faculty that work in the WellCats program. I'm a professor in the Department of Physical Therapy, and I provide the health coaching services. And today we want to talk about how you can be proactive during this time of COVID and why you would want to be. So my colleagues who are here and joining us will introduce themselves as we go through. I want to start out talking a little bit, just setting the stage and talking about self-care. So I'm going to share my screen, put on some slides, and just talk quickly about self-care, and then we're going to dive into some details. So the most important part of being proactive right now is taking care of yourself. And so it's just super important. And there's a number of ways you can do that. So just to start out, Jackie Viramontes said, self-care is not a waste of time. Self-care makes your use of time more sustainable. So what we're really talking about right now is ways to fill up your tank. Everybody is strained, drained, overworked, tired, stressed. We all are feeling it. And so if you can spend just a little time every day taking care of yourself, I think you'll find that you'll be able to endure more. So what are we talking about? We're talking about building our immunity. Super important right now to resist COVID and other things. So self-care, the things we're going to be talking about today, can build your immunity. It also optimizes your brain, and we're all needing our brains to work at good capacity right now. So the things I'm talking about are giving ourselves more energy, allowing ourselves the opportunity to be more creative, patience. I was not born with an abundance of patience, so anything I can do to help me be more patient is time well spent. Some of you may feel that way. Optimizing our brain gives us better self-control. Of course, all these things enhance our health. You guys know that. We're all about health at WellCats. That goes without saying. It also demonstrates role modeling. So if you are a faculty member, you're influencing your students. If you can engage in self-care and talk about it so that your students hear you talking about it, they will hear that that's just normal. They'll do it. Same thing with your staff. If you work with others, this is viral. Self-care can be viral. So if we all demonstrate it, and I'm not talking about hours a day, I'm talking about a little bit. If we all do it, demonstrate it, then everybody else will do it, and it will become the norm. Self-care can improve relationships. So hopefully that's an important thing for you, and it can have that effect. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about good quantity and quality of sleep, daily physical activity, mindfulness, meaningful social interactions, healthy whole foods, adequate water intake, practicing resilience, managing stress, time off, vacation, staycation. That's what I'm talking about. What we're not talking about is working, thinking about work, using technology, or binge watching Netflix. So we're talking about spending time every day doing one of these things, even for 15 minutes. So my colleagues are here to share their expertise and tips. So I'm going to turn it over to, I think, Carolyn or Rose, who's next. And at the end, if you guys have questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? It's great to see your faces. Anyway, I hope everyone is hanging in there tight, wherever you may be in your space right now. And I love what Janet just shared about self-care. And, you know, that's really the essence of our message today. So I want to share first a little bit about myself. Okay, so Carolyn Swearingen. I'm in the Department of Health and Human Performance. And if you're on campus at main campus at Texas State, that's over in Jowers Center, across the river by Strahan Coliseum. And I'm a senior lecturer in the department, and I'm part of this WellCats leadership team. My area of expertise is physical activity, movement, and exercise, and so that's what I'll be able to share with you today. We have currently 3 main platforms that we deliver our group exercise programming through right now, because we are all virtual. Those are Facebook. If you're not a Facebook participant or fan, there's other areas that you can get on with, and that's Zoom. So we have Zoom live classes. All of our Zooms are recorded, and those recordings get placed onto our YouTube channel. So Josh kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the beginning of today's session, and you can always go back onto our YouTube channel and find classes that you're interested in. And these are recordings from previous Zooms, and also our instructors just take the time to record individual sessions and put those up onto our YouTube account. Outside of physical activity, there's a lot of other resources on our YouTube channel, and I'll let the other experts talk about those. But there's more than just group exercise classes is really what I wanted to say. Now, I do want to highlight for more of that relaxation kind of meditation, we do have some of those classes on our schedule. I'm just kind of looking across at the schedule. We have an R&R yoga class that's on Facebook Live on Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. Now on Facebook, because it goes live, you can actually go back and see those videos later. So you don't have to participate at that time. You can always go back and participate later. Then we have a meditation and relaxation on Friday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30, which is also really great. That's with one of our instructors that she's so good at what she does. You'll just love it. Then in addition to that, we have other yoga classes, we have a strength class, we have step classes, circuit, boot camp, and Zumba. So just depending on what you are desiring that day, I can tell you, you can definitely go into our YouTube channel and dig up and find something that meets what you're looking for that day. I want to challenge you because it gets difficult. You know, we're maybe working at home, we're living at home, we're homing at home, we're doing everything at home. And we have all of those other things going on at our house at the same time. You know, there's just so many plates in the air that we're spinning. So as we used to do pre-COVID, when we were all on campus, we would have scheduled in our Microsoft Outlook our workout for the day. Like if you were going to go to Jowers at noon and participate in Zumba with Jen on Wednesdays, you probably put that on your calendar. I really want to challenge you to do that now. Okay? Even if it's going to be a virtual class, you know, or a YouTube channel, pre-recorded session, I want you to put it on your calendar. And I think that's really going to help out. So I'm done for now. Thank you for your time, and I'll pass the baton over.
Thanks, Carolyn.
You're welcome.
I like how you pointed up to me. Yep, it's the Brady Bunch, the Wellcats Brady Bunch. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see all of your faces. My name is Lindsay Mingy, and I am a senior lecturer within our Nutrition and Foods department at Texas State. And then I'm also part of the Wellcats leadership team focused on our nutrition wing of the program. And just as Carolyn was reminding you of a few things, I did want to mention here too that if you are unaware, there are a lot of really great nutrition services that we provide through Wellcats. We offer one-on-one nutrition consultations. So we're going to talk about some things more generically today of what can we do to improve our health with nutrition. But if you would like more individualized support, those one-on-one nutrition consultations are a really great way to do that. We also provide cooking classes twice a month that include a variety of different topics. And right now we are offering those virtually. And I should mention too, we're doing that as well with our nutrition consultations. So if you feel like, you know, I know right now for a lot of people, we feel more isolated. Again, everything's kind of happening in our home, and it's a great time, if you haven't thought about it already, to connect with some of these services that can put you in touch with other members or just give you some new ideas of how to, you know, shake things up at home. I think for a lot of us, especially from a nutrition perspective, we can get kind of stuck in our routine. And I know for many as well, your routine might not have been cooking as much as you now are having to do since you are at home. And so I would really encourage you or challenge you to participate in some of these classes, or just on your own. Even how, you know, one of the things I hear a lot is that people feel they've lost some of their connections with those around them. And so finding creative ways to be able to engage in healthy behaviors with your community is such a great thing. So engaging with the cooking classes that we have, or I see more and more individuals doing things like having a virtual cooking session with their family members, you know, or in bringing your kids into it. This is such a great time to teach those lifelong great habits of how to cook and prepare healthy foods at home. And they can learn some math in the process, so you can cross some of their schoolwork off the list too. But I would just encourage you in this time that where we are more separated to look for those ways that you can encourage your others around you to participate in healthier behaviors and improve your nutrition along the way. And we can talk more about it as we go too.
All right. Well, good morning again, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Rose Trevino. My title is Work-Life Coordinator, and I work in the Office of Human Resources, and I'm also part of this wonderful Wellcats leadership team. Today, I'm going to share with you kind of in the area of finding support. So remind you of the program that we have that does provide support. So it's our Employee Assistance Program, Bobcat Balance, and I'd like to just kind of briefly highlight some of the features. So Bobcat Balance is our employee assistance program. It provides free and confidential counseling sessions by licensed mental health professionals. Presently, the sessions are being offered virtually, and you know, the sessions, the counseling can help with anxiety or any additional stress brought on by this pandemic, trying to find a routine and so forth. So I encourage you to reach out, utilize Bobcat Balance. Other features that it has a portal. So employees can log on and read informative articles related to the pandemic, listen to webinars, also provides national resources, hotline numbers, and so forth. And we're going to share that. We're sharing a handout with you today, so we're going to share that website with you. Bobcat Balance also provides a monthly newsletter, and in the newsletter provides, again, helpful articles related to the pandemic. There's one for employees and a separate one for supervisors. Just to give you an example of some of the topics, one that I pulled was taking charge and facing the new normal. So I encourage you to read those. We have those published on the website as well. Other helpful resources and services provided by Bobcat Balance are resources and referrals related to your work-life balance. So resources, referrals for child care, elder care, pet care, legal and financial. You can just contact Bobcat Balance directly, and they'll guide you either onto the website or give you those referrals. And again, we're going to share that toll-free number, the website information on today's handout that we're sharing with you. Kind of the overall legal forms that you can, legal and financial forms, a simple will that you can download on, again, just logging on to the website. So lots of information. So I just encourage you to browse through, log on, read some of the articles there, and of course call Bobcat Balance directly there. That's kind of an overview. I encourage you to just ask any questions that you have, add them onto the chat feature. We'll address them. And at this time, we're so happy and excited to have a couple of representatives from our health insurance joining us today on this panel. So I'm going to turn it over to Angie.
Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angie Letter, and I am a wellness consultant for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. I'm also a graduate of Southwest Texas, with a degree in exercise sports science many, many years ago, obviously, but I've been in the health and wellness industry for about 20 plus years. I absolutely love what I do, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. So my primary function is to assist the ERS wellness coordinators like Rose at the agency level. So I educate and present all of the Health Select wellness benefits, and I also provide health education presentations as well. So today I'm going to briefly just touch on the wellness offerings that are available to you and cover dependents that may be on your plan that you could utilize during this pandemic. We're going to start just real quickly with the Well on Target tool. It is an online portal that's available to you. You can access it. It has so many different tools and resources. You can take a health assessment, so you can kind of see what you've been doing really well, or maybe some areas that you can improve upon. You can actually take some self-management programs as well. So maybe like if you're having issues sleeping or on stress, and there's even financial ones out there. But basically they're set up to help you create or maybe change a habit or behavior that you're kind of struggling with. And then we also have some personalized coaching, which is really wonderful. It's absolutely free. It's a part of your benefit, so you can actually have someone that will help you stay accountable. Another area that I just want to kind of mention, I know you guys have been talking about nutrition and everything, and I'm all about that. But you do have 2 free weight management programs that you can utilize. One of them is called Naturally Slim. The other one is called Real Appeal. They are available for you at any covered dependents on your plan that are 18 years of age or older with a BMI of 23 or higher. You can participate in both of the programs. You just can't do them at the same time. And then lastly, I want to kind of call attention to the fitness program that we have available. I know it's a weird time right now during the pandemic. There's some areas that are open, some that aren't. I know you guys have a fantastic rec center there, and most of you probably utilize it if you're around that area. But anyone that maybe lives outside of the area, we do have a new enhanced program that gives you access to over 12,000 different facilities. So if you're traveling, or if you're, wherever you are in the United States, you can access them. It is a tiered membership now. So we really want to try to meet the participant where they're at financially. So the memberships range from $19 a month to $99 a month. There's some family bundling pricing. There's also some studio classes available. So there's a lot of enhancement to that fitness program. Again, now it's maybe not the best time, obviously, during the pandemic, but knowing that it's available for you going forward. The last thing I want to mention is you can find all these great resources actually on the healthselectoftexas.com website. And you can definitely, browse through there and get more details on everything I just mentioned. So I think I'm going to now turn it over to T, and she's going to give you some additional information.
Great, thank you so much, Angie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here today. My name is T. Lee. I am a Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas Agency Relations Representative for the Central Texas region. I work closely with Angie Lederer to provide information and updates related to the Health Select Medical Plan benefits administered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas. Now, where Angie has experience in the wellness aspect of benefits, my focus and expertise is on the medical benefits side of health insurance. So I've been in the health plan operations industry for about 13 years. I have a working relationship with the human resources departments at state agencies and higher education colleges under ERS. So what I do is I help to resolve any confusion or questions that arise concerning benefits. And I enjoy my job because it gives me the opportunity to help the community and membership understand their health insurance coverage. So I'm very happy to be part of this wellness panel answering questions today, but I do want to highlight one benefit that we have put in place to help members who have been impacted by COVID-19. So Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas has been working closely with ERS to evaluate the current situation and effects of the coronavirus. So with that in mind, we have made sure to allow participants access to medical and mental health virtual visits through Doctor On Demand and MD Live, which is 2 of our telehealth providers or vendors, at zero cost share to participants on all the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas Health Select plans. This also includes any medical or mental health telemedicine visits that your doctor or in-network provider might provide through their offices as well. We know that overall wellness includes physical and mental health. So we strive to make sure our membership has access to these services at no cost share until the end of the 2020 calendar year. So that's until 12/31 of 2020. So for all the most up-to-date information regarding your plan, benefits, wellness, you can always access our website, just like Angie said. It's www.healthselectoftexas.com. And so thank you so much for giving me the time to speak to you today. I will hand it over to Rose.
Thank you. Next, we're going to just open up a Q&A session. So I think there's a few questions in the chat feature, and Josh will kind of monitor that and let us know what questions are there.
So there aren't any questions in the chat feature, not quite yet. Maybe everyone is kind of wanting to ask those questions themselves. So I just posted the link for the WellCats registration. If you're interested in that, we can take care of that later. And I see Angie's posted the Health Select Blue Cross Blue Shield stuff there. So that's some of the information that you can go ahead and read up on later. But if we have questions, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to ask. You've got the professionals right here in front of you. You can type them. You can raise a hand. So I'm trying to catch as many as possible. Oh, there are a lot of you, yes. Are the Friday cooking sessions also recorded for viewing later? Lindsay?
They are recorded. So Jasmine Alvarez is who runs our cooking classes, and she's so fantastic. And she does record the cooking classes, and I believe she posts them for viewing later as well. And you can sign up for, if you're interested in attending any of the cooking classes. She has one this coming Friday available for those that would like to attend. And if you want to sign up for that, you can reach out to Josh, who can put you on that list.
Is it tomorrow, Lindsay, or next week?
Sorry, I'm sorry, the next Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Cool.
What about the cooking classes that Colton did? He did some of those that were videotaped. Are those going to be on there as well?
You know, let me find out. I'm not exactly sure where Colton had posted them, but I can find out and certainly give that as a resource. Josh, are you aware where he would post them?
I think if he since he recorded them, they were probably on his computer, and he just needs to put them onto the either the YouTube channel, and we'll locate those. Yes.
Yes, we will.
Another question for Angie, Blue Cross Blue Shield. How do we sign up for the weight loss programs?
I was trying to unmute myself. So if you go to that healthselectivetexas.com website that I put in the link, you can find all of the resources there. You're looking for Naturally Slim or Real Appeal. They are two different approaches, so you want to read up on them. But it's going to give you all the details right there, how to contact, how to sign up. But that way you can go and read about both the different programs to see which one would be right for you for right now. I would start with the healthselectivetexas.com website.
It also looks like there was another question previously about BMI of what or higher, and that's a BMI of 23 or higher to be able to enroll in those weight management programs.
And if you're not sure how to find that out, all you have to do literally is open up any Google, any search engine and just type in BMI, and it's going to ask you to put in your information there, and you'll be able to come up with it.
Any other questions?
What are you guys struggling with that we can talk about and help you with? Is anyone having specific challenges or situations?
Mine is actually having trouble staying motivated to work out. I think with everything going on and with the semester going back already in session, it's been busy. I have some other projects I'm working on as well after hours. So it's just so hard to just keep motivated. And yeah, it's easy to just like sit on the couch and watch TV.
Gotcha. So what has worked in the past to motivate you?
Just having that partner, or having a place that I could go where I feel comfortable. And since our gyms are closed down here, I can't do anything. I tried buying some weights and they're all sold out. So just running into a few roadblocks there as well. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just signed up for some virtual workout classes as well.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that'll help some as well.
Yeah, one suggestion I have that another one of my clients used was they found a coworker who is also struggling with motivation to work out, and they agreed to check in with each other every day. So it's raining outside, and I have an anxious puppy, so I'm just going to pick him up. So they are doing the same workout together. It's some kind of 30-day challenge, and one of them checks in with the other on like Tuesday, Thursday, and the other one checks in with the other one on Monday, Wednesday, and just is their sort of accountability partner. And I think that's working really well. So maybe finding somebody that can hold you accountable. And if you have a hard time, let Josh know, and we'll find somebody for you.
All right.
Just sort of a check-in buddy. I think they work out together sometimes too, like via Zoom on the same program. So that's another suggestion.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question.
We also recently started a Wellcats Teams page. So what we're trying to do there is motivate the members of Wellcats who are already registered, and on that page, if they're looking for workout buddies, just to say, hey, I'm looking for someone, and you can establish a relationship from there, even from someone you've never met before in the wellness program. That way, they're looking for the same kind of thing that you are too. So if you're interested, let me know, and we'll get together. We'll put you on that Wellness Teams page.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh.
Got it. We had another question. Rose, I think you can answer this one. Any additional information on the Counseling Center for Staff Faculty for Stress Management, the counseling?
In regards to the Counseling Center, I think I saw some webinars coming up, but I would encourage you to use our Employee Assistance Program. There you can speak with a counselor and talk about the stress management. We are in October actually going to have a presentation from Angie regarding, I think the title is Address Your Stress. With our program, with our group training program, health behavior coaching, all of the components of Wellcats, we're trying to kind of address that stress management, because I know that's during this time here. Both Bobcat Balance, also on our Wellcats website, Blue Cross Blue Shield on the Well on Target portal. You can find webinars to view at your own pace on stress management as well. So lots of resources out there. We'll be happy to point you in the right direction.
Yeah, we did a WES on stress. Was it in March or April, Rose? And
yes.
It's posted on our webpage. That was a good one.
Yes. So actually thank you, Janet, for reminding me. The Counseling Center is also going to present on a topic regarding stress. They're presenting, I believe, in December. So look out for that as well. Really good topics coming up.
There are some of the resources that on the document that we're going to send you afterwards are some ideas for two things that come to mind. There's a whole list of stress management techniques, and then there's also suggestions for how you can be more mindful. And so mindfulness is really about presence, trying to be in the moment, and you can apply mindfulness to anything. You can apply it to eating. So one way to be mindful when you eat is to put the food in your mouth, put your fork down, and just chew the food, think about the food, feel the food in your mouth, feel how it goes down, just to be very, very present while you're eating, and minimizing distractions. Same thing with physical activity, with work. It's hard to be mindful when you're stressed. So engaging in some stress management first, like taking a warm bath, going for a walk with a loved one, talking to somebody who loves you that will support you, getting some good hormones going and some good emotional energy, and then trying to be mindful will help you resist stress later. But if you can start to do some of that stuff, even 15 minutes a day, the research shows that it can make a significant difference. So again, we're not talking about a huge time investment. Obviously, the more often you do it and the more regularly, the more impact it will have on you. It really doesn't take much, especially in this day and age when we're all so stressed. So I dedicate 15 minutes a day, and I tell you, on the days when I don't do it, it really, I can tell, I can feel. So we can give you more specific ideas if you have a specific question, but we've given you some resources in the handout. And after this session, if you guys go to any of the resources and you have questions, please let Josh know. He can funnel the questions out to us. We're always available to assist in any way that we can.
Okay, so there was a couple of questions regarding the WellCats Teams page. Just to clarify, you do need to finish your registration, which means getting that confirmation email. If you don't, it's usually because there's a survey that's in there too that navigates away from that. You need to come back into the registration process itself, finish that up, and you will get that confirmation email. After that, we take everybody, I'm doing it on a weekly basis, and we're taking all the new registrants and adding them to the Teams page. Okay, and then if you want, I think you need to search for WellCats on Teams, and you should be able to find that group there. And when someone posts something, you'll get that notification if you're running Teams. So keep that in mind. And if you are having problems, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help with that. Oh, how do we find and access the WellCats YouTube channel? So if you want to access the WellCats YouTube channel, you can go, I recommend searching WellCats at the Texas State homepage in that search bar. And it's going to be the first link that pops up.
Hey,
So
Josh,
actually,
why don't you share your screen? Yeah, why don't you share your screen and show? That would be great.
Let me pull this one. So if I go to Texas State, hold on. Share screen. Where'd it go? Oh, I figured it out. 1 second. This one. So. Share screen. Nope.
No pressure there, Josh, right?
I know, I'm total professional, ladies and gentlemen. I do this on a daily basis. Here we go. Got it. Can you see my screen? Yes? Oh, I can't see any of you nodding.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so I like to search WellCats, and that will pull me to the Texas State University WellCats page here. If you go to the COVID resources, that's going to be your easiest one to find because we have different categories on this page, and it's going to be under exercise and physical activity, and it will be the virtual group exercise classes. Is it going? Oh, yes, it's navigating. So this will take you to YouTube, and it will take you to the playlist that we have. So you can go to play all, you can navigate here on the right and find the ones that you would prefer. You can see some of the Zumba classes, the Rest, Relax, and Restore, a Bar Fusion class. We've got a lot of stuff. Who's that? Who's that handsome person right there? We don't know. But these are just some of the classes that you can check out. All right, so that's the easiest way that I find to get to the WellCats YouTube page. All right, you can also go to YouTube and search Total Wellness San Marcos, and you will find our page there. And you can find the playlist as well.
Hey, Josh, will you navigate back to that previous page for a minute, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I also put a quick link in the chat for anybody that wants to copy that right now. It's there, and that gives you the direct link to the YouTube channel where you can navigate all those different courses.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Oh, no, down a little bit, the other way. Yeah, right there. So number 13, Rest, Relax, and Restore, that's a recording of a class that we do every week. So if you're looking for some stress management, that's a great one. It's a 30-minute. You wouldn't have to do the whole thing. You could do 15, but that's just an example. We have something for everyone on this page. So it's not all vigorous exercise. There's lots of different things. So, you know, check them out. And you don't have to do the whole thing. You can do part of it. And again, while you're doing it, if you have questions, you know, shoot us an email and we can give you a movement modification. Josh is awesome. He has a lot of background. And if he doesn't know the answer, he'll funnel it to one of us. So there's lots of resources for you.
In addition to that, if you are new to the WellCats program, we have a flyer that goes out with our newsletter. The most recent one usually gets shared on the WellCats website as well. But if you want that personally, I can send it to you. So just let me know again. I'm more than happy to do that for you. A question for folks working remotely: is your department allowing use of wellness time when working remotely? So that's just a general question for everybody. We know that there are some departments who are just good to go with it. Some others are a little more strict when it comes to the wellness time. But wellness time is available to use for everyone while you're working remotely. You just need to get that supervisor approval to use it.
I had a question about the proactive nutrition classes that Jasmine's going to record. Where did we get those? Just onto the proactive nutrition? Will they be listed there, or is it on YouTube as well?
So my understanding from Jasmine and Colton is that it will be on the YouTube channel. I just want to find the exact link for you so that I know where to tell you to go. I know Colton has recorded some like tips videos as well for you of, you know, like for in your pantry, or, you know, how to be more mindful about the foods that you're choosing right now. So there are some other really good resources there too, but let me find that exact link so that I'm sure to give you the right thing.
And I believe for ease of access when it comes to the proactive nutrition classes, they're all going to be from the same Zoom link. Is that correct, Lindsay?
Yes, that's correct.
So once you have that initial link, you'll be able to go back in and use that.
So one of
oh, I'm sorry, Janet.
No, go ahead, Lindsay, you go.
You know, Janet had been talking about having an accountability buddy and how powerful that can be. And I just would echo that entirely as well from a nutrition perspective. You know, those classes can be a great way to have another accountability buddy, but in a sense that it's fun. You know, I feel like sometimes when we say that, it seems like it's, you know, someone kind of holding you to it. And that's true. And that can be really helpful, but it can also be a way to have more enjoyment in the activities that you're doing. And, you know, I have seen a lot of clients that I work with that have, again, set up virtual cooking time together with their family members. I've also had individuals that do like a Friday dance party together via Zoom to just be more active together. I have had people that do yoga classes at the same time together, or they paint together. You know, there are so many ways that we can still build connections with each other, even though we feel more separated right now. And while I know a lot of us are tired of being on Zoom all the time, if you find a way that you're being more active, like with cooking or exercise or something like that, then it doesn't feel like, you know, you're just sitting in front of the camera. And so I'd highly encourage, you know, a Zoom happy hour with your friends. There's so many ways that you can still build relationships right now, even in the midst of the pandemic.
Did anyone have an answer to the question about wellness time? Are people able to use wellness time remotely?
No.
You're not allowed, Karen?
No. And I know Joshua said, you know, as long as we have our supervisor approval, which I do have, but it's at a higher level. And so that's not, he just pointed me to the UPPS. But I don't see specifically that it's addressing remote working.
Yeah, I don't
think that's right.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't have an addendum for remote working currently because it was approved before all of this happened.
Yeah, there really hasn't been any change. The wellness time is the same. It goes through the same process. Your supervisor approves that time. You know, our department allows wellness time, but I just can't seem to fit it in my day. So what I do is, you know, in the evenings, I pull up one of these videos, and that's my kind of my quiet time, and I just exercise there. So
right. Well, yeah, I do. I do an hour in the morning before I get on work, and I usually do an hour in the evening. But I'm not the only person in the well, whatever, the department, I guess you would say. We're at the library, and we're under the ITAC or IT, whatever. So the ITAC folks, they have permission, but the library does not. And so that's why I was looking for something specific to point to, because my supervisor's fine with it. It's not at the supervisor level. And so are there other folks outside the library who they're working remotely and allowed to do wellness? If y'all don't mind, just let me know in chat or wave your hand or whatever. I'm just curious.
We're allowed, we're working remotely, and our supervisor highly encourages us to.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another yes in the chat too from someone else.
Thank you, y'all.
I think something else that's kind of creative, there are some videos, pre-recorded videos on desk exercising. So just kind of standing up, stretching throughout the day. You can utilize some of those exercises there if for some reason you just can't take that wellness time. So we have a lot of creative ways to get that movement in. Just contact one of the leaders here and we'll help you.
Alrighty, any more questions? All right.
Yeah, what didn't we talk about that you guys were hoping we would talk about?
If I may, I'd like to add something. I think that we can, okay, especially now in a very overwhelming time, we can overthink physical activity and exercise. It's very easy to do in a normal pre-COVID world, to overthink exercise, that we have to have this exact, this by this by this in this order and sequence, and I have to go to this class and this is what I have to do. And if I don't do it, then I'm not going to do anything at all. I feel like I'm just not going to do it. I think that could be sometimes our mindsets, right? I want you to get out of that. I want you to let go of those expectations and go forward with physical activity and movement and exercise in a very kind of open-minded way. Doing anything is better than nothing, right? So right now, if we were all just standing up, like real quick, everybody do it with me. Let's stand up, okay? Stand up. Stand up, and I want you to just step side to side, okay? This right here, hey, my screen is moving with me, okay? And this is fun, and I see some smiles coming up on your faces. So this right here is a lot better than nothing at all, right? Okay, don't overthink it. We can get so stuck in that overthinking process, okay? So just do something that is more than what you're doing now, okay? Just do a little bit more than that. And every day, just kind of build on that. If you can, during a 15-minute break, walk outside, get a breath of fresh air, see that sunshine, get that vitamin D. We know that vitamin D is really good at helping beat this virus and keep our bodies healthy and strong. So keep those things in mind. Don't overthink it. Just do something. And if you can, FaceTime with a friend, do that walk with your friend, or grab your either four-legged little ones or two-legged little ones or anybody and get outside. Okay, so don't overthink it. It in a time that so much feels, everything feels so heavy. Let's not make physical activity a part of that. Okay, it should be fun, it should be uplifting, energizing, and you guys can do it. Okay, all right, that's all I have.
Another suggestion from chat: if you've got time and you can play music while you work, turn on the music, do a little dance. I won't continue the lyrics, but you know the idea. Right? It's a good song. There's another one. I've been forced to come back to campus and can't work out now. All I can do is walk to the restroom in another building and take the stairs in whatever building I'm in.
So maybe grab your tennis shoes, Yolanda, and jog or run. Or, jog up those stairs. I know you're a high intensity gal, so you can jog up those stairs or jog to that next building and back. But if you can, maybe grab your pair of tennis shoes to take with you on those bathroom breaks.
And we'll say there's a lot of stairs at JCK, 11 floors, up and down. That's a doozy.
And I think there's a video where you can stand behind your chair and just kind of do some leg lifts and stretches that some of the graduate students produce.
Yeah, we did some in-office videos, so there's definitely some stuff you can do in your office. You can do chair, wall, or desk push-ups. You can do leg lifts. Yep, all the things. Definitely. Yep.
For those of you who like the details, Ashley has got you covered. 24 steps per floor in JCK. Now you
I just wanted to chime in on what Carolyn had said. It is so true, because when I first started working from home, I couldn't get back into the rhythm of doing my yoga practice every day. And then finally I started understanding what people were talking about with their COVID weight. and I get on the computer at 7 a.m. And so I thought, my gosh, I need to, just at least get out there for a half hour. So I started going for a walk for a half hour in the morning, and I loved it. And so now I go for a walk for an hour in the morning, and it's great to see the sunrise and the little animals. And it was just a whole paradigm shift. So just encouraging anybody out there who's like, I don't have any time. Even if you just make time for 15, 20, 30 minutes, I swear it'll lead to more, and you'll be happier for it.
Right. And it's a lot nicer outside now than it was in the summer.
Yeah.
To get out and take a walk.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Walking is great.
That's great. Those are great suggestions, and I think good advice. We should all be definitely doing that as much as possible. Yeah. I was gonna put Lindsay on the spot, and I'll start out by saying, you guys were asking, a few people were asking about stress management, and we were talking about mindfulness. Eating healthy has a lot of benefits, not only for your body, but for your mind. And so our brains work better when we eat whole foods. So I thought maybe I'd ask Lindsay to comment on that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when we are eating at regular time intervals too, it's really helpful to our ability to concentrate and to, put mental processes together. So one thing that I think for a lot of people, when they're stressed or they're really busy, they might skip meals. And that's something that I would really encourage you to be more consistent about your routine. And then outside of that, when we're eating more whole foods, more plant foods, that's so helpful for our immune system, for, again, our sleep patterns, for just our overall well-being. So, encouraging yourself during this time of how can you maybe try something new or get more creative, but to incorporate more plants into your life, even playing with things like herbs and spices to season your food. And, the more that we can get those powerful plant compounds in there, the better for our overall health, and certainly from an immune perspective too. So, this is a great time right now. We're moving into the fall season. We have a lot of more seasonal produce that can, if you feel like you're in a rut with things, either looking up what some of your more seasonal produce is and trying to play with some of those plants, or again, just even challenging you to try a new recipe that looks interesting, or a meatless Monday where you have just plant foods during the day, and move away from some of our more processed foods is a really great way to go.
Thanks, Lindsay. Great advice.
There's another question. This is for, I guess, general wellness committee. Will there ever be another group challenge like the zombies? I think that was a walking, running challenge, if I'm not mistaken. That was at the very beginning when I started. So not 100% sure on that one.
We can talk about that. We're meeting this week. We're meeting today. So we can talk about doing a challenge. I'm interested in knowing what you particularly liked about that challenge. We have done several. What did you like about the zombie challenge? For any of you, what features of a challenge do you like, are most interesting to you?
Just that it was a group challenge and a way to connect with people across campus and to hold each other accountable.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that. I think that's a great idea.
It also had a timer, and it kept them engaged throughout the day because the alarm would go off and remind them to do little challenges.
Yeah, I remember that feature. That was a cool feature. We'll have to see if we can recreate that.
And Angie mentioned there are personal challenges on Well on Target as well. So if you do need some other stuff, you can check out Well on Target with the link Angie dropped earlier in the chat.
Well, maybe the challenges could be put in the teams, the WellCats teams thing.
Yeah, that's our intention going forward, just to drop in and have little reminders.
Something else that comes to mind that's related to the Well on Target, and we may hear more so about it next month, is our Blue Points. Because Blue Points, you can log all your steps, you can log all your movement, you can log your water, how much water you drink, and sleep, and fruits and vegetable intake, and then collect all your points and redeem them to purchase like weights, etc. So that may be something that we will try to incorporate as a challenge to get the two programs working together.
Do you just put in that on the website, or do you have to have a Fitbit or something like that in order to do that for steps? And
yeah, so Angie, you can
sure. Yeah. So if you go to that healthselecttexas.com website, in the right-hand corner, there's going to be a login feature. And there you're actually going to log into, it's called BAM, it's Blue Access for Members. That is going to open up so much information to you. And we didn't touch on that because of time constraints. But basically, once you log on to BAM, you can open up Well on Target, and you can do this on the computer, but you can also do it on your phone, right? Everybody uses apps, so it does have an app. So just know that going forward, and probably about 98% of the people do utilize the app. But basically, once you go on to Well on Target, you'll register to become a part of it, but then you have access to all the things that Rose was mentioning. Anytime you use our trackers, anytime you sync your phones and your various apps, you get all these Blue Points, and it's just a great way to incentivize you for really working on your wellness goals. So just go to that go to healthselecttexas.com, look on the far right, click on login. You'll need your member ID card the first time you log in if you haven't already created a username and password. But once you do that, you'll get into the whole site, and you can go to Well on Target, and you can actually register to become a participant and see all the great stuff there. And then it will also talk to you about the app as well. And like I said, most people use the app. You can also buy makeup and spark plugs, just by the way. Stuff we've learned about what you can buy on Well and Target.
All righty. I think that about does it. Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming in and sitting and talking with us today. We really appreciate you all coming. If you do have questions at a later time, send them to me. You can email worklife@txstate.edu, and I can get them to the appropriate people. Presenters, thank you so much for coming in today as well. So thank you very, very much. And if you need help with registration for WellCats, let me know. I'm here. We got this. We'll do this together, one step at a time. All righty, everyone, have a great day.